Here's a binder with a bunch of receipts and paperwork for the car, and we can go through it real quick. Of course, this will go to the buyer. I tried to get as much history on the car as I could. Here's the original build sheet and photocopies, but do have the original with the car. I believe I'm the 5th owner, but here's an owner in Texas, and the oldest one I have is this one right here from, looks like 76, when it was in New York. And I bought it from a gentleman in Virginia. This is all decoding information. All the numbers have been decoded, and they've got a whole history of the car here, but the block, it's all stamped with its VIN and stamping number, completely original. Here's some handwritten notes, but the story of the car was that from 1977 to 2002, the car was parked in a barn and basically sat there for 25 years. So that would explain the the rust-free body and the low miles. Went through a few people before it got to me. This is the NASCAR build sheet or race program, and this right here is the number of the car, number 1360. It was delivered to oh geez, I forget the name, but it's a modification shop for the mods. Took them 3 days. They received it on December 5th and shipped it on December 8th, 1969. This is an appraisal that was done in 2008, and the appraisal was $165. And since then I've put about 40,000 into it. I got receipts here from Mike Mancini's American Muscle Car Restorations. Definitely check out his website. My car is featured on it as one of the cars that they built. But Mike's pretty well known. We can go through the receipts real quick, show you what I did. There's receipts for dashboard restoration. I think that was about 5,000. And these receipts, you can see all the work done. We'll go through them, but I just wanted to touch on the highlights. Basically, the interior restoration with the interior painted, the dash removed, reinstalled and calibrated. And you'll see receipts in here for all the work done. Front windshield came out, and to take out the dash. But they give a weekly status report, and of course their bill. So these will all go with the car, and it talks about all the different services that were done. I basically changed the entire wiring harness. Every piece of wire was taken out and replaced with brand new wiring. I wanted to make sure that the car had, there wasn't going to be any kind of electrical short or any kind of problem with that. So I did the entire wiring system. All the front end bushings, rebuilt steering box. I think I mentioned that before. Just trying to see what pops out going through these receipts. But you can definitely have a copy of these, look through them. They'll go with the car, of course. All the work that they did, all the parts that they bought. Yeah, I had the electronic ignition put in, along with a new battery and a new alternator. Every piece of electrical equipment in that car was changed. New window fuzzies. Really just wanted to make the car as good as I could. Steering coupler. Some of these other invoices were for some of the other parts. Let's see. Oh, the car was completely buffed, wet sanded, and buffed. When I had that done, just to really make the paint pop. All new rewiring here. Let's see. I had a new heater box built. The original one was no good, so they were able to source and install a new heater box, a rebuilt heater box. The heat works great, and it's got defrost and all that. Just bear with me. I just wanted to go through some of these receipts and talk about some of the other things we did. Yeah, I had the overdrive installed. Well, I didn't add that in. Those are about, I don't know what I paid for that, but I actually bought that separate and brought it to the shop, so you could add another $4,000 or so on top of the 40 that I have receipts for. They took out the transmission and installed the overdrive to it, the gear vendor, and then the exhaust was completely changed. Yeah, all new electrics. Just tons and tons of receipts. And this work was done in the 2010 time frame. Yeah, VIN sticker that I mentioned earlier. Bunch of new, basically a ton of restoration work and parts. In addition to paint of the interior. Let's go through some of this real quick. We did the front end restoration. There's the new exhaust system. Yeah, the front end bushing, steering box was rebuilt. You can go through these. It's everything. Everything here. Battery, alternator, electronic ignition system. Here's the control arm bushings, tie rod, all the bushings, shock, ball joint, fuel filter. It's got new sending unit because the gas gauge wasn't reading quite right. Steering box rebuild. I think I got it all. I think I pretty much told you everything about the car. So again, this all comes with it. Any questions, you're welcome to give me a call or an email, and I'll try to answer any questions you have. Thanks a lot.